I'm done. I'm good. I am.
All right, we are rolling. This is JPRadio on Podbean.
We're back on again. All right,
episode
take
1.
2. Episode 2. Take episode 1. Take 2. Oh my God.
Independently owned, creatively grown. This is JProject, JPRadio. We're going to get a little fly like an eagle happening. We're getting live on multiple platforms, you guys. This is Abigail Noel and Barbara Jenice. We are Barbagail, coming to you live from the camper.
Coast to coast.
And hood to hood.
Hood to hood. Coming to you live from multiple platforms. I mean, that's all we have left. We've been kicked off of every platform.
Every platform.
In all the lands. All right, here we go, because we're not live here, but let's go ahead. I'm going to get the music going. We're going to go ahead and try this again. All right, it doesn't say we're live again. Is it just going to take a really long time?
I have no idea. All you out there in Podbean land, we're getting the Instagram feed going.
Hey, Instagram. It's not live yet. What did I do before?
Did you hit that broadcast button down there? To the sea, fly like an eagle, let my spirit carry me. I want to fly into revolution. Baby, baby, we ain't good enough to eat. I'll shoe the children with no shoes on their feet. I want to house the people living in the street. Fly into revolution. To the sea, fly like an eagle, let my spirit carry me. I want to fly, fly into the future.
I think it's coming out. All right, we got it.
Yay.
Hey, Instagram, we're back. I'm here. It's Abigail and Barbagail. Oh shit, wrong button, Barbara.
Uh-oh. No more Cupid doll eyes.
There's Barb. Yay. All right, now we're going to see if we
Rough
got
and ready.
sound. Guys, can you hear us? Can you hear us, guys? Hey, guys, how are you? Coming to you live. It is JPRadio Live and JPRadio. Can you guys hear us? You're listening to Barbara Jenice Lester, you guys.
Revolution, revolution, revolution. It's a revolution, y'all.
It's a revolution.
Right here, right now. No joke. This is not a fucking drill.
It's not a drill. This is a drill. Shit got real today.
Shit got real.
Shit got real. Show me. Can you guys hear us this time? Good sounds, yes.
All right.
We gotta roll it back just for a minute, you guys. This is Barbara Jenice Lester, y'all. Put some questions up there, you guys. Go ahead, pop some questions in. We'll read them. I'll write them down. We'll answer them. Anything pertaining, please. Nothing personal right now. Anything pertaining to what's going on. Anything political. It's about God, love, truth, our rights, freedom, censorship.
That's right. God, love, truth, and America stands.
What we're going to stand for before we stand.
There you go.
It's about a revolution. It's about freedom. Mm-hmm. It's about flying like an eagle.
No coincidence. Our bird is the American eagle.
Yeah,
The
freedom.
American eagle. Into the future, yeah, yeah. I'm flying like an eagle.
Say hey, Barbara J.
To the sea, fly like an eagle. Let my spirit carry me. I want to. JProject Radio, JPRadio, Podbean. Fly into revolution. Wanna feed the babies. Who can't get enough to eat. I wanna shoe the children with no shoes on their feet. I wanna house the people living in the streets. Fly into revolution.
You kind of crashed into the revolution.
Man, didn't we? It was a rude awakening for some folks.
We're at war, everybody. It's not to scare you, baby. Don't be scared, babies. Be prepared. Be prepared. Someone's got a question.
Flying on it, babe. Flying on it, babe. Flying on it, babe. Think I better get up.
Still can't hear. Someone says, "Can you guys hear us?"
Flying to revolution. Revolution.
It looks like, does anyone have sound, guys? I thought someone said they had good sound. Please let us know, because a couple of people... Two-faced jerk, I got it. Thank you. Next 2 weeks. Pardon me, guys.
Yeah. Like an eagle would fly. And I never realized how incredible that track was.
Oh shoot, let me turn it back around now. Barbara, go ahead.
Oh, you do work and you're so self-critical. Mac Miller. Hey.
Hey, Mac.
And you're so self-critical that it's like you don't even recognize the gravity of what you're doing, what you're working on. And I knew that I was intuitively guided, that God placed me in the path of this producer, Harold Kimball, through our very good friend Omar Higgins of Chinese Connection Dove Embassy, who's here with us in spirit. But it's shocking listening to it now 5 years later, when 5 years ago I put all the work in, and had no clue that it was as good as it was. I was like just hearing all the mistakes, all the errors, and sometimes I still go back to that place, but
that's a good point, Barb. No, it's a really good point, because a lot of people don't step out of their box and don't do the work, or they start the work and just hear all the flaws, right? And start going back into that negative space with the vibration that's not right, that doesn't support moving forward. So it's a great thing, man, to see too, that like when you get in a different place, you know, hindsight is really 2020, and you look back when you have more experience and when you've learned more self-love. You've learned to have more grace and patience with yourself. And then you look back and realize, man, I'm glad I did that, you know. And that even goes for like, even if you look back and you see, oh, that was a mess, or it wasn't successful, you're still able to see the purpose in it. So yeah, that's really cool. You can go back and see the beauty in the work that you did.
And thank you for, you know, pulling my coattail on that.
You're welcome. I like how Barb said pulling her coattail. I would say kicking her ass.
Oh yeah, I was being polite.
Staying on her ass to get her to do it. It's funny because just, you know, another quick, you know, note on that, because, and then we'll go into what's going on politically and everything. But guys, it's so important to remember that your emotional and spiritual work is the most important thing to do it in these times. If you don't prepare spiritually and emotionally, take that time out to commune, to build that relationship with God. Okay. We're talking about a prophetic, what the world has called, for the most part, psychic. Okay, but everyone is psychic. That's a scientific state of being. And it's so important right now, you guys, to do not just the 33s. Okay. And, you know, if you're like, oh, I didn't do my 33s, I don't care. You just need to start talking to Jesus from the time you get up. You need to talk to Jesus when you're asleep. You need to talk to, how do you do that? Before you go to bed, you just say, let me talk only to Jay and to Dad and to the Ascended. And to those that are on our team at this time, those ascended masters that are here in spirit to guide us at this time, lean on that energy. You know, here at JProject, we're going to recommend, you know, that you talk to everybody for sure, but you just don't leave Jay and Dad out. All right. You just don't. You always want to be reaching. You always want to be chasing him and them. Okay. Yeah.
So for new people, what are 33s and who's Jay?
Okay. Jay, he told me I could call him Jay. And so now a lot of us lovingly call him Jay. Yeshua, AKA Jesus Christ. That's Jay. And anyway, and then going back to what are 33s, that's a dedicated 33-minute minimum that you spend bringing your emotions, memories, traumas, dreams, hurts, regrets, desires to God, totally naked, raw and real. You don't hide at all who you are, because they already know. They already know. And you have to learn to do this with God so that you can then go that way before your brothers and sisters. So many of us who know God and love God still believe in certain social etiquette, certain social rules and regulations, you know, things like, you know, you don't always say what you think. Now, here's the difference. You want to make sure that you are never saying anything from a place where you want to manipulate or hurt, you know, another person or a situation. But the crazy part is, if you hold back your truth, especially if someone is talking to you and they make a representative statement about something, and you decide that you're just not going to say anything, then oftentimes what happens is everybody listening to that, they make assumptions based on what you didn't say. So oftentimes what you don't say is far more detrimental than the things you do say. So it's better to say too much than to not say enough. Okay. Just like it's better to have it look like you did too much. It's better to have failures and have defeats and have mistakes, because every one of those things makes you an expert and gets you just that much closer to your destiny and why you're here. Okay. I'm bummed because this might be this might shut us off because of my damn phone. We will certainly try to jump back on live. Let's get right to the heart of things then. You guys, please, if you haven't, go to DemandAReVote.com. And for two reasons. Number one, we need a revote. Okay. Number two, there's a second petition on there because we need to take down the two-party system. Let's start getting our signatures. But most importantly, go to that website. Please give us your information. It will only be used for ministry purposes, for believers, patriots, rebels, and hippies, for God, love, truth, and Trump. Okay. It will only be used to let you know about updates about where we are on the road, what we're doing. Okay, where are we headed, Barbara? To where the president is supposedly going. Now, some people have said he's going there for sure. He's not going there, but we're leaving tomorrow to go to Harlingen, Texas. If he's there or he's not there, we don't really expect that we'll get a meeting with the president. We don't think that's going to happen at all.
Much as we'd love it.
Yeah, much as we would love that. We're not expecting that. We understand that's not going to happen. However, we do see it as a really great opportunity to meet some more patriots and to get the word out about the rally. So that's the next thing. Please go to DemandAReVote and check out the rally. It's January 22nd, 23rd, 24th. If you can only come for one day, be there Saturday. Be there Saturday about 2 o'clock. Be at Beach Marker 26. Right at the entrance of the Tony Amos Park. That is where the speakers will be, and we got some great speakers. You can check them all out. I think they're listed now. Right, Barb? Thanks, Barb, and send her some love. Everybody has been working really hard here. I mean, like super hard, marketing, promoting, wearing like lots of hats. So also please consider supporting the ministry. Okay, just like $4.44 a month. That's the opener. And that's like one, coffee. God forbid, don't drink Starbucks. Okay, there is one night as the day is long. They are part of this corporate conglomerate that's part of the worldwide communist network that wants to take over America. You see, they can't sell communism to their people, okay, and they can't make more money off of us until America goes down. So as long as America is free, then what that means is they can't sell it to their people. Like, I'm sorry, you have to be communist. They're going to say, why do we have to be communists when America is free? Fuck you. And then their people are going to want to come live in America. Okay, inflammatory attitude. And so that's really what's going on here. And there's been a plan in place for a very long time, I think since the 1940s, to take over America. Now, most of it, if you're here tonight, you already know this is true. I'm preaching to the choir. Well, what's going to happen? Inflammatory attitude in the next 2 weeks. I believe what's going to happen is there's going to be like classified information. I believe it's going to come out public. I hope. I mean, right now there's a siege. You guys, if you don't know, you can't reach any of us. And I said this a couple years ago, actually, on Facebook, maybe 3 years ago, 4 years ago. I said, oh my God, I said, they showed me that Facebook was like literally just a platform. They made it so that they could identify the rebels and that you got put on a rebel list. And I said, okay, if you guys are joining me on here, because we don't have followers here at JProject and Justice for Prince. We do not, and DemandAReVote. This is a human rights and justice ministry, only very fierce, determined individuals, all the lions and the wolves, okay, the eagles, man, the hawks, those are the people on our team. The high flyers, okay, and the ones who walk fearless on the ground, the ones who aren't going to have someone else tell them what they believe. They don't need someone to tell them what they believe because they're already hearing God and hearing the truth, because we all can hear his voice. In love and gratitude.
True story.
True story. In love and gratitude. Now, with that said, and please go to justice4prince.com. Please check it out. Please sign the petition to get an arsenic test on his remains. They are still being held at Carver County Sheriff's Department. That case is inactive. It is not closed. It is not closed. And in fact, Chaz just came out recently and said that he has found out that there were 2 women involved, that it was deep betrayal, and that he is highly upset at the level that it goes to, the level of, what did he say, betrayal and something else that it goes to. Now, many of you who've been joining know that I've been talking about the 2 women that planted pills in Prince's possessions, in his personal belongings, and the 2 women that were found in his personal space, and he had tossed them both out. Now, I still say that's Tyka, his sister, and I say as Jewel Roberts, both of whom were banned from Paisley Park 6 months before his death. They weren't even allowed inside his house. Now, why is that? Number 2, I also say there is something big time Phaedra. And you guys know I've said that for years, that Phaedra is also involved. Okay, infinite love and gratitude. But going back to that, I believe that this still ties in. What will happen in the next 2 weeks, confidential documents, military documents, chills, are going to be released, I believe. And with that said, I think it'll be released by General Flynn. I believe that's why power is going to be turned over to General Flynn. I believe that a state of war will be declared. It'll be proven and documented in those documents. We'll be in civil war here in the United States. We're in war now. We're in world war now. Chills on that. Please ask God if what I'm saying is true as you're listening to the broadcast, and you'll feel it. We lovingly demand that you don't take the words from me as true. We're already in world war. It's going to get tougher, you guys. If this goes off for any reason, we'll certainly we're going to do our best to come back on, but please just go to JProject.com. That just went off.
Oh.
It's telling me I don't have enough storage on my phone.
Well, we've still got 3 people on Podbean, evidently.
How do I tell? I'm going to tell people on Instagram right now, correct? But
Yep.
I have to create a fucking thing to do it. Oh, wait, pause due to poor connection. Oh, it's back on. Are you guys there? Shit, it's back on. It said it was paused due to poor connection. We haven't had a poor connection the whole time, you guys. So let me see this. Go to JProject. Go to JProject.com. Right?
JPRojectRadio.com.
JProjectRadio, thank you, .com. JProjectRadio.com. JProjectRadio.com. So if we get cut off here again, and here's the thing, like, I don't know, Facebook I'm shut down. First I was put in Facebook jail like weeks ago. You guys know that, weeks ago, for doing like very little. And then now, and I was supposed to be out of Facebook jail in about 9 days, maybe 8 days now. Now that I got sent a new notice that says I'll be there till February 7th. February 7th. So I thought that was weird, like, why February 7th? Anyway, so then I was able to go live on YouTube yesterday. Now I'm not able to go live. That option is off my page. And Twitter has me shut down. I cannot post or comment. And I haven't, see, if you guys know, we haven't checked on Gab today, but it doesn't look, now Parler's shut down.
Yeah,
they've taken it off. And so this is like,
this is an attack.
It's more than an attack. It's a siege. It's the biggest siege or military coup. This thing's going to try and tell me that it's going to shut us down. So let me just go, because I hope you guys can hear me. It's the biggest coup or siege in Earth's history. It just says I'm down again. But I was still there before. This is really weird. It says I'm paused, says I'm back. Can you guys still see me? All right. Again, would you guys please go to JProjectRadio.com and you'll be able to hear us talking. Mm-hmm. Can people comment on there or no?
They're supposed to be able to comment. I'm learning how to work this platform. So yeah.
They can comment. Okay, you can comment on there too, apparently, on Podbean, because it's going to try and go out again. I just feel like this is some kind of fuckery.
What kind of witch-ass fuckery is this? That's a quote from Kristen Huntington, who just arrived.
So thank you. Kristen Huntington is back. So there's 4 of us now on the road. We've got a lot of people coming out to the rally. Please think about getting out to Port Aransas, Texas. It's more important now than ever that we all stand together. We need to demand to be counted. We need to go to DemandAReVote. We also need leaders. We need people, go-getters, to get the word out. We will get flyers to you. We'll email them to you
wherever you live.
If you don't have the money to purchase them, we'll get ministry funds, and we'll help to get the flyers purchased or banners for your area. But we need signatures. We need to get as many signatures from the patriots and believers, rebels, and hippies for God, love, truth, and Trump that we can to demand a revote. We also have to gather, and guys, it's time. What we have to do is we have to refuse to pay this government. We don't have to pay our government. We have the rights. The 70+ million people that support President Donald Trump. And this isn't about a president anymore. This is about the fact they stole our vote. This is not politics. This is not politics. They're trying to steal our freedom. They're trying to steal our lives, our children's lives, the future of America. They're trying to steal our future, our freedom, okay, and the rightful president.
That's right.
And without that one goes, we can't have one without the other. We cannot have our future and our freedom without this president, okay? And
I just got full chills.
And Barbara just got full chills. And so again, be asking God to talk to you and tell you this is true. And so here's the gig. God is requiring that we stand and that we demand to be counted, that we demand what is rightfully ours as children of God. America was founded for God, by God, through God. That gives us certain inalienable rights as Americans. And one of those is our freedom of choice. It gives us the right to pursue happiness, life, liberty. Okay, without freedom, without our vote, we have none of those things. We have no pursuit of happiness. We have no life. We have no liberty. So here's the gig. And there's a huge airstrike coming towards America. I got to switch this around a little bit. I still believe that comes in September. Okay, I think we're good there. I still believe that comes in September. What's going to happen again, I believe, and I hope I'm right, you guys. It's objectivity is like the number one way to hear God, and so when your emotions are really high, especially like really high and really low as they have been, it gets tougher to hear. That's so funny. Oh, is that from the stove?
A little light.
No, there was like smoke coming up. It must be like from, I don't have any idea. That was so weird. Anyway, going back to this, my understanding is again that they're going to do a military.
Oh, that's Kristen popping in.
Hey,
babe.
That's Kevin.
Is dog food in here?
Oh no,
It's
I'm
right
sorry.
under
It's
the
underneath
door.
the
Bumper.
bumper.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, thanks, Kev.
Good.
No sorries, but thank you. So again, my understanding is they will be able to justify General Flynn taking over. It's like America. They'll prove that America is in war times and that we're under attack. Chills. In fact, styles on them. In fact, they've surrounded America. They've completely surrounded America. Yes, Olga, I believe that the president of Mexico is a two-faced asshole. What it is it's more like they're lying to their people right now. They want to, I want to make sure I get this right. They're trying to keep a revolt or revolution because, see, there's a lot of Mexican American citizens. And so there's a lot of people in Mexico that have a lot riding on this. It just did it again. This is so weird. I'm going to go back to Instagram. I think you guys are still there. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, I believe a lot of the leaders are lying. What I've been told is there's a lot of backdoor deals being made. America's being like parceled off to countries. Our resources are being like bartered for their support in the great takeover of America. They intend for about 60% of all Americans to die in this process. Again, it'll be the largest airstrike in history. What I would want to say there, I think it's important, especially 6:44 on Kevin's computer. That's not accurate.
Oh, and 6:33 in this moment.
Another one. So look for 33s and 44s. But 44 is a stamp of heaven, and believers, literally, we carry that stamp of heaven. Chills. And so what God wants you to know is don't have any fear. Take action steps. Okay, the braver you are, then the more heaven can protect you. All right, but those who are chosen, those who believe in God, those who love God, those who understand and what's going on right now, you're protected. All right, He wants you to witness this time so that you can go on to teach those who are still here in the future and to help lay the foundation for a real freedom, a real free society, a true democracy, one that puts the direct voice of the people above all, except for God. So it's God, and then it's the majority voice of the people. And then we have our Constitution and the courts, and then it goes into those who serve us. See, these elected officials and politicians, they serve the people, and they should serve the people honorably.
Yeah, they seem to have forgotten that important fact.
They forgot
They
that.
act like the people serve them.
Yeah,
and that's bullshit.
Yeah, 100 on that. And yeah. And here's the thing, they think that what they want to have happen is above the people's voice because they consider us stupid. Many of these people literally think that it's us that couldn't, like find our way out of a wet paper bag. And the crazy part is it's them. Just because we've been silent doesn't mean that we're stupid. And they're going to learn that in a hurry. That's my understanding. It's 70 plus million people. Think about it. How could we lose? I said this almost 5 years ago. Many of you will remember. And at the time, I felt odd for saying it. I was kind of embarrassed. I had said it live. I was kind of shocked and a bit kind of embarrassed at the time that I was so emotional. I couldn't understand why I was so emotional. And now so much of what was channeled in April, May, June, July of 2016 is making so much sense today. But I remember, saying repeatedly, they can't kill us all. They can't kill us all. We have to stand up and do something. And many of you will remember who were joining that a big part of the prophecy that came through was how we were allowing. Okay, and it doesn't matter. That's why the two-party system, another reason why the two-party system is so faulty. It's not just faulty, it was built to be divisive, to be faulty intentionally. And the two-party system, anyway, going back to that, is that, see, we allowed the deep state to manipulate that last election. Over 51% of Americans would have voted for Bernie Sanders. The Democratic nomination was rightfully his, but they just gave it to Hillary Clinton, and nobody said a word, not even No Ball Bernie, which is when I knew he that's why he wasn't going to be president. You see what I'm saying?
And thank God.
And thank God, because if he didn't have the balls to fight for his position, that
in
was
just the primary, for fuck's sake.
Exactly, just to say, hey, bitch, you're not taking my space. I won this fair and square. Let's get a vote in here. The majority vote of the people rule. No, he sold out like all the other one-eyed bitches, just like Pence. Many of you know who've been joining. I said in May of 2016 that Pence was a bad guy, that he was one-eyed and a pervert, that he liked young boys. Correct?
Correct.
Bam, inflammatory attitude. And did I work to get that information to the president? Yeah, working day and night. Day and night. I sent a DVD to the White House, to Melania, to Mar-a-Lago, to Trump Towers, if love and gratitude, and predicted John McCain's betrayal and death on the same video, and that shit happened, and they still don't listen to us or to me. If love and gratitude.
Oh yes, they do. They just block it.
It's
yeah. Not the good guys listening. It's the bad guys listening, putting us in Facebook jail, shadow banning, cutting our numbers.
Here's what's so funny. So if what we're saying isn't true and we're just crazy, right? And they can fact check it and see that what we're saying is wrong, then why are they banning us? Why are they banning? We're not scared, so why are you?
We're not scared, so why are you?
Now it's time to speak God's truth.
Now it's time to speak God's truth.
Zuckerberg, you've got no class. Wait, from the beginning.
Well, that's two separate ones. You want to do that?
No more censor, no fake news.
No more censor, no fake news. Tell the truth or sing the
I don't even want to do that anymore. Fuck these guys. I just want to do this part. Zuckerberg, you've got no class.
Zuckerberg, you've got no class.
Facebook and Twitter, you can kiss our ass.
Facebook and Twitter, you can kiss our ass. We're not scared,
so why are you?
We're not scared, so why are you?
All I could think of is fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. This is a good place to go for anyone who doesn't know, but Barbara's a singer-songwriter. That was really her singing Fly Like an Eagle. She put the whole thing together on her own. I am just crazy.
Harold.
No, really, what's up with Harold?
But I did direct the entire project. It was pretty awesome.
Direct the entire project. I really do stand-up comedy. I really do. And here's the thing: have I taken a stage in a while now? At least 2-3 years? No. But do I rely on the art of humor? Oh yeah, I wouldn't survive any other way. And so anyway, so just know that, you guys. Do I use it as an excuse to curse? No. No, I would be cursing anyway, which I think is another form of survival. Also, they've done plenty of studies which will show you that you can trust somebody that uses expletives. Yes, I like that term, expletives. Because that person isn't going to hide anything. It means I don't really care what people think, and if I don't care what people think, then why am I going to lie to you? I'm really not. If I did lie to you, I didn't know. Sometimes that does happen. Our truth changes, and you're like, oh shit, I didn't know that. Okay, well, fuck, let me rethink that.
All right.
But then I think most of you know I'll come on and tell you, like, oh, wait a minute here, I got to tell you I was wrong about this. Then I learned X, Y, and Z, and now I think this, or, whatever it is. That's living your truth. Okay. Hopefully it's going to change. If your truth doesn't change, it means your ass is evolutionarily stuck. Like a turkey.
And your ass is going to get left in the revolution.
Your ass is going to get left behind. You'll be beating your own drum going, hey,
where is everybody?
Barbara Jenice, you guys, we did not have a good way. This dumbass thing won't let you landslide.
I don't mind.
This thing. Yeah, I know. I was going to be so mean. I was going to be like, Barbara's over there picking her nose. She is not. She is not.
No, I'm going to sit out my root beer.
All right, so you guys, laughter is important because here's a gig, I've already reconciled. This is a good time for everybody to do it. And again, I'm really not trying to bring it down. See, you can't, if you try to stay happy all the time, that's an illusion. And there's no such thing as happy, you guys. Happy is fleeting, man. Happy is like all that glitters isn't gold. Happy is a moment. Happy could be a memory. Sometimes the happy memories, turn around and make you sad. Joy is what you're really working towards. Joy is objective. Joy is, I hate to say it, but it's mature. But as much as it's mature, it's also playful, and it doesn't take things that seriously. Objectivity is actually a really beautiful thing. Chills. And we're all going to have to get a little more objective, and we're all going to have to find humor in some odd things in the next upcoming months. Okay, that's the best way to survive. Also, you're going to need to take care of yourself a little bit extra, and you got to take care of that spiritual side, and you got to be you. Okay, you just got to be you. Let it all out. Let it all hang out. Be raw, be real with the people that you love. Say what you need to say. Use this as a time of reflection. Use it as a time of reparation. Use it as a time to grow closer to God, and to love yourself a little bit, more. How do you do that? By forgiving others and letting shit go. I've been working with like a ton of regret lately, and it's a tough one. If I'm gratitude, you get to the point, everyone, connect for yourself, but you get to a point where it feels like it's hard, you don't even really want to live or like try again or do anything because you're afraid it might add up to regret. I'm going to make the wrong decision again, or it's not going to work, and I should have just spent time with my children. Why did I even try another rally? Why do I even stay in this fight when it doesn't seem to make a difference? It was funny. I was talking to my youngest son about this the other day, and he said, Mom, come on. He said, if we can't change the way things are, they're this way for a reason. And he said, and I know you. He said, there's no place you'd rather be than fighting and doing your best to do what you could if this is the way it's going to go down.
Mm-hmm.
And what was beautiful about that is I knew I had to make phone calls to my kids. So you guys, please do the same things in your life. Call the people that you love and make sure that they understand you and that you understand them. Because in that moment, I thought, I'm so good with my kids. Like, Barbara, I'm so good with them.
Yeah.
They understand me and they know why I'm out here in a camper with you and Kevin and Kristen and Meg. When she comes out, she's out here as often as she can, and all of you supporters. You guys are here with us as well, because without you, we wouldn't be out here. And when I tell you, like, we're making a huge difference, like huge difference. So if you're not already, please think about supporting the ministry, just a little bit every month. We don't
$4.44.
Yeah, we keep it low, right?
Mm-hmm.
We fly high. But we keep the budget low, and we're able to do big things because we really get out in
high
the
and tight.
streets.
We keep it tight. We fly high and keep it tight.
We gotta hear from Barb over here.
Oh boy.
I know we've got this. Hey Barb, yeah, lean in, Barb.
High and tight.
We've got this very high-tech system here in the camper. You guys can tell we're when we say we're flying high, we're not talking bougie babies. We're talking spiritually.
Right.
We're not talking about like.
If only you could see that pop up out the window.
If you could see the pop up, we'll have to go live from the daytime next time so you guys can.
I should go in there with the flashlight and show them all the different tarps and the tape and the patches and
we should do a tour of a raw and real tour
buckets
tomorrow of the buckets, as we've been calling them. I accidentally called it the bucket earlier, right?
Yeah. I meant the buckets catching the water under the leaks.
Buckets, but yes, I did call it the bucket earlier. She goes, "You mean the pop-up?" I'm like,
that's its new name, is the bucket.
it's a rolling bucket. We sleep in it. These cops came to Port Aransas anyway. Long story. We meet a lot of cops for a lot of reasons. And these guys come up. They were really nice, but it was just funny because the guy's looking at the pop-up, right? And I'm getting mad, right? And I'm like yelling about our First Amendment rights. And he goes, "We're not judging you, ma'am." we're not judging you. I'm like, "Yes, you are, or you wouldn't have said that."
Right. Exactly.
And then I'm all, "What are you doing for this?" Because I'd gone off on this thing, and I'm like, "And if he doesn't stay our president, America is no more. Do you have children?" And so he's like looking at me. He's like, "Yes, I do."
His face looked just like that.
He did too. Yes, I do. And
he looked scared.
And I agree with much of what you're saying. That's what he said. Not everything he said, but much of what you're saying. And I was like, "Okay, well, what are you doing about it?" I said, "You're just enforcing laws that are holding back, that they're using against people like us that are trying to fight for our freedom, fight for what we're doing." I said, "What good is this law right now? You see what we're down here doing. We are not just down here camping. We are. This is our First Amendment demonstration." I said, "We are down here getting the truth out because our media has been hijacked." And he's just looking at me, and I said, "And what are you doing about it besides holding people like us back with these laws and receiving a paycheck?" And I just stormed off, and it was funny because
he's just standing there wide-eyed.
He's just standing there, these two cops, and then I'm like, "Oh," and I come marching back out, and they're like, "Ma'am." "Ma'am." But what was funny is I was drinking a cup of tea, and they were like, "You don't have any time to drink that coffee." It didn't click. If it had clicked, I would have been like, "It's not coffee." If I had attitude. But what's funny is after I gave him the speech, I went off around the corner and drank my coffee. I had it the whole way, and I was sipping it on my way out.
You mean your tea? It wasn't coffee.
My tea. It wasn't coffee. Well, yes, and they said it, but it was really funny because they're like, you don't have time to drink that coffee. I'm like, la 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 la. I just gave them both a lecture like a mom, pretty much, like a pissed off, frantic mom.
Yeah.
Infinite gratitude.
Not that you do that on a regular basis or anything. Just
oh, these people piss me off. Well, anyway, infinite love and gratitude. All right, so where else do we want to go? Again, you guys, if we get tossed off of here, so
JProjectRadio.com.
JProjectRadio.com, and you'll be able to hear us. We're going to be on there a lot, just because. Why not? Because I don't know. You can't always be on this camera. Number one, you have to have a device. The battery runs down. If it's just sound,
You gotta have the lighting.
Yeah, you gotta have your lighting up, and then you have to turn the thing. It's just like, and so we are going to go live on a regular basis as well. It's not that, it's just, it's a lot easier just to be able to talking into something, and when you're live or we're running around, to just have a microphone. All right, now of course, see, there we go, battery's low. I'd have to hold it on this thing. We don't have the right thing. Do we have a plugger in her though? You don't have the same kind of phone.
I don't.
Okay, well there you go. Yeah, let's see if there's one in there. Thanks, Barb. All right, so you're looking for a phone charger now. Not complaining, but man, it's always something when you're on the road, and then especially, as I said, I was about to feel bad for saying this. I was like, when you're on the budget we're on, and then our supporters are probably like, oh, fuck her.
Right. We're doing all we can,
We're doing
Abigail.
all we can. Yeah, exactly. So I don't mean it like that to our supporters. It's not on you guys at all. We love and adore you guys, and that's for real. It's just that we've got to figure out how to do the work to get the word out there. And now we've been shut down on social media, so we're just going to trust and build. But it makes it tough to get support when you can't get your word out there, which is exactly what they're trying to do to us. This is why COVID. So let's jump there. Corvids, aka Corona, COVID 49 at this point, because they've tried everything they can to kill us, but we were made like cockroaches. We just won't die. In Flame of Gratitude, those bitches just won't die. And so anyway, they've scared us with that, and the big part about that was to institutionalize us, is the word I just saw, chills, to condition us.
Yeah. This is going to mess with the sound for a second, so I was going to wait till you
Oh, it's okay.
finish
Maybe
what
go
you're
ahead.
saying.
We're plugging in here. Ground control to Major Tom.
Really made the grade. All right, does it show?
Wait, no, we went bye-bye.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah. What the hell? I think they're still there, though. Hold on. You guys still there? Trust this computer. Okay, I think we're all right. Are we still going? Yay! All right, I think we're still going. You guys, if you have questions, please go in. A plugger inner, yes, Steph, thank you. Also, what we'd like, cancel. What we'd like too, you guys. So again, we need people in key cities to get out the DemandAReVote and to get signatures. So if that's you, you guys let us know.
Yeah, thank you to the people that have already stepped up to do that. So there are people who are making their own copies of our flyer. So let's see, we really want to send a huge shout out and thank you to Pistol in Aransas Pass, and Pistol and Michelle. And Michelle, congratulations on your retirement. Huge shout out to Port O'Connor. You want to retire? Port O'Connor Hardware. As soon as I walked in with the flyers, the manager Teddy looked at me. He said, "You mind if we make copies?" I said, "No, sir, not at all. Thank you very much." So nice. It was awesome. Really awesome. Meg Rail, Kristen Huntington, Addie, Lana, Donald over in the UK, people just, stepping up and making a difference, being God's hands and feet, because they know what we're saying is true. And that the word needs to get out. We need to spread this message, and we need to come together and unite. So more than anything, this petition is about uniting the true believers, the rebels, the patriots, the hippies, for God, love, truth, and for Trump. Thank you to Robert Gonzalez in San Antonio, Latinos for Trump.
Sean.
Sean Flanagan, Corpus Christi, the Coastal Bend Republican Party. Thank you, Sean. And he's on 1440 Keys and the Bob Jones Show. We'll be talking with him next week.
Thank you to Leslie.
Leslie at Montego Bay Restaurant in Port Aransas.
The guys over at
Wacky Willie's Wash House over in Port Aransas. This Cindy and Sherry.
Cindy and Sherry, love you guys at Wacky Willie's.
Oh yeah. I did not plan to be on camera tonight, you guys.
What about Judy?
Judy at Bayquest. Yes. Yep. So it's awesome. You remember a piece and I remember a piece, and together we make a memory.
Dave, the city manager.
Oh yeah, Dave, the city manager. He was not looking forward to talking with us, but by the time we got done, I think he had a little bit of an awakening.
I don't know. I think he was ready to talk to us because he wanted to whoop our butts.
He did, but in the end, he said we get to have this event on the beach, and that we did not have to pay money that we didn't have.
But we shouldn't have to.
Yeah, we shouldn't have to.
I think he agreed with us.
Yeah,
he came to our reasoning.
He did,
which doesn't happen a lot.
Abigail's reasoning. She did the talking.
Well, actually, it does happen quite a bit.
What people coming around and understanding the
truth about our First Amendment rights and what they can charge for and what they can't for, and how they're overcharging all of us. And not only that, but these cities, states, counties, they really owe us money back because of our government owes us money back.
Yes.
They've been taking our money under false pretenses and using that money not for our purposes but against us. When they're taking your own money and trying to kill you with it, they're taking your money and they're trying to kill you with it. They're not fixing the streets. They're not taking care of the poor. They're not putting people through college. They're not educating people. They're bullshit. They're starting wars.
Yep.
They're lying to us. They've been putting together the world's largest siege / coup in military, in Earth's history. That's the takeover of America.
And that's real, guys.
It's real. Oh no, it's real. It's happening right now. They're fighting it. Again, ships off the coast of Maine is what I see. That's the most important. They're going to lob the first nuclear missiles. I just hope we don't let that happen. We're supposed to take aggressive military preemptive strikes against the countries that are coming against us. Now, if you guys want to know what countries are coming against us, Barbara would probably like to have that off of her for a minute.
Especially since I'm not talking.
She's like,
I'm just going to sit here and nod on camera.
Okay, good. That little thing came up again where those weird faces were on there, and then I was afraid that there was
the aliens are coming. The aliens, no, it's the Worldwide Communist Network.
The Worldwide Communist Network is coming. Oh boy,
to a city near you.
Now, you guys really ask Barb, really tap in, chills, and ask if what I'm saying is true. But we all know China, like that's a big duh. And for anyone who's just new joining tonight, but that was shown to me in May of 2016. That doesn't mean there's probably others watching that understood China was coming as well. That's the point of Intuitive Heart Radio, and the fact that all of us here know that we can all prophetically communicate with God and receive information that's true when we are objectively ready to handle it.
That is a good point.
Bravery is a really big deal. God's not going to give you information that you either A, emotionally can't handle, or B, and especially if you emotionally can't handle it, then how are you going to be his hands and feet in that situation? This is important, you guys, because connect right now. This is so important. The trauma and the drama that you have experienced in your life, it's to prepare you for this time, to make sure that you survive this time. Because think about it, what if you had this really cush life and not a lot of bad things had happened to you, and you're here to go through World War III. You're here. And it's really tough to look at it. I get scared like a baby. We ran some fear together yesterday. but the thing is the reality is, it's like, what a great time to be alive. Like, we're watching a revolution happen. We're not reading about it in books. We're experiencing it. This is such an opportunity in the oddest way for each one of us. And here's what's crazy is, like, where is your destiny found? It's found in the fear. So God is giving each one of us the opportunity to find a great destiny and find out who we really are in this process. And it doesn't mean we won't be scared, and it doesn't mean we're going to do everything perfect. It doesn't mean that we might not piss our pants a couple times in the process. There'll be times when we wish we were not here. There will be just as much of you that doesn't want to experience it, but that's the trick, man, the yin and the yang. You got to pull, pardon me, that other 50% of yourself that knows you signed up, you wanted to be here at this time for reasons like greater than you could even comprehend right now. So please remember that, and remember the good guys have already won. Us believers, we're going to make it through. We're going to see each other on the other side, and there's a space for every single one of you in JProject. Okay, so remember that. Chills. I just got chills. That's so cool. I had to get my water. Actually, I want some more root beer.
Me too.
I've been bad, just a confession. When I say I've been bad, I guess they knew I would, but I'm like, damn, I think we're going to live through this. That's what I think, but there's still that part of me that creeps up every once in a while. And I'm like, oh God, would God really tell us, Barb, if we're going to die, like if we're going to go down as martyrs? And that's okay. We're going to be in great company when we get there, and heaven is wonderful, what's up?
I didn't mean to interrupt. We got some comments on Podbean.
Okay, perfect. But it's just, it's kind of like, now I kind of forgot where I was going, but anyway, inflammatory attitude. Hopefully not. What are our comments on Podbean?
Sarmenti just said, okay, I just popped in and heard nukes. What's going on? Talking about the nuclear ballistic. This is someone new. Hi, Sarmenti.
Yeah. Hi. That's why I didn't know the name. See, we're a very personal ministry. That is true. There are, now I don't mean to be a fearmonger. It's about being prepared, not scared. And it's better to be emotionally prepared, for what's coming. Also, when I say these things, please ask God if they're true. Ask to feel it in your heart, or get chills down your right or left. There's lots of different ways that people can feel that validation from God, but you have to lovingly demand that you feel it. Don't take your truth from anybody else. Go to the source. But with that said, my understanding is there are Chinese ships, the Chinese Navy. They've surrounded us. We've got soldiers on all sides, and not just China. There's other countries with them already, and I think others that are going to be joining. But they have nuclear missiles on these ships. Also, North Korea will be lobbing over 3 intercontinental nuclear ballistic missiles to the United States. One of them will hit Lake Michigan. I believe one hits the White House. I think we lost it again. Let me see. I believe one hits the White House, and then the other one goes to New York, I believe. I just got chills on that. They wanted to hit Trump Tower, but I believe they're a couple buildings over.
Yeah.
I think they missed their mark, but I do believe they hit the White House. It could be these missiles from these ships off the coast of Maine that are shot over to DC. They're trying to kill Donald Trump really bad right now. I don't think you'd have to be like psychic to figure that, or we're all psychics. I don't think you'd have to be psychically connected. And let me explain that this way as well. Like anyone can be psychic. It's the same way as playing an instrument. So those of us that practice all the time are going to be better musicians than the people who don't. And you have to believe you can play. You hear that from a lot of people all the time. Oh, I'm no